When planning out a collage, try to think about all the different parts you're going to need. I've decided to do a small landscape with pumpkins in the foreground, mountains in the background, and a tree in the middle ground to help balance the composition. Backing paper could be my sky. In this case, I'm just going to use white paper just to keep it simple. So I'm going to work from back to front. So I'll do sky if I'm adding anything, mountain, then I'll add the grass here, which is basically just the ground. It's kind of giving me my horizon line between the mountains and the foreground area here, the grass. And then I'll need to add the tree and the pumpkins. I'm going to first cut my mountains. Now, my backing paper is bigger than my scrap papers that I'm using to cut, so I have to do this in multiple layers. So I'm going to use my scissors to draw pictures. Maybe I'll move this over. Yeah, I think I like this better. I think I like this, how I have it in my drawing, where the tallest mountain is over the pumpkin. I think I'm going to stick with that. Now I'm going to layer, remember. So even if these don't match up on the bottom, that's okay, because I can bring my grass up over that. So that's the beauty of working from the background first and then moving into the foreground. And I'm using my sketch, but I'm also sort of changing it up as I go to make it work with the papers that I actually have. And it's always good to start a little bit too big compared to what you need. You can always trim things smaller. Now again, my grass doesn't fit across my whole page, but I want to create this horizontal feeling, so I'm actually going to cut strips that will be used to cover the bottom. And I'm going to make them different sizes just to make it a little bit interesting. So the next thing I would need to do would be the tree and the pumpkins, and before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and start gluing these down so I don't lose these pieces. Look at my layers. This one's the furthest away from me, closest to the white paper. This one will get glued down first, and I take my glue stick, crank it up, flip over the piece I want to glue, add glue to your edges. Make sure you get right up to the edge without getting glue all over your good paper. Crank it down, put it in so it does not dry out and we don't lose the cap. And then hold, press and hold. We don't want any floppies, any edges sticking up. Okay. As you can see, I have extra paper sticking out here. So I'm just gonna flip this over and trim the edges. I usually would wait till this is dry. So I picked this really cool patterned paper for my tree trunk. I'm going to cut a slight curve. I'd like my tree trunk to look fairly symmetrical. You can fold paper in half to cut a symmetrical shape. Linear symmetry. So this curve is the bottom, and then I'm just gonna trim in and create a silhouette of a tree. Open it up, and now there I go. Now we'll have to add some detail, and then I'll have a finished collage.